Wow, guys, what a way to start week 1 of the NFL season. From the 50 million flags thrown in the kickoff game to the Browns and the Steelers tying, there was no shortage of craziness to happen. It's amazing how much your thought process can change in just 1 week. I think traditionally the trick when picking week 2 games is to find some balance between what happened in week 1 and what your expectations were for a team going into the season. Just because a team like the Falcons looked like they have no idea what they're doing on offense doesn't mean that they're necessarily a bad offense. So I'm going to try to avoid Overreaction Monday affecting my logic here. So in my week 1 pick'em, you guys crushed the goal of 50 likes with over 1,000 likes, and we had over 250 people join the pick'em group. That's awesome, guys. I can't thank you enough for the support on this channel. Needless to say, I think it would be appropriate to increase the weekly goal this week to, say, 100. Here are the top 5 entries from the week 1 pick'em challenge. We had a 5-way tie at the top with a 12-4 record. Nice job, guys and girls. And then there's me in 62nd place after going 9-6. Also, it's not too late to join me in picking NFL games each week this season. Winner at the end of the year is going to get an NFL Shop gift card. I'll put a link in the description to join the group. Enough talking, let's get into these picks. Alright, on Thursday Night Football, we've got Ravens at Bengals. This was an interesting choice for the first Thursday Night Football game of the season without the hype of it being an NFL kickoff game. In a season where the NFL is trying to put an increased emphasis on safety and heads-up tackling, they picked 2 teams that really don't like each other, and the hits can get pretty rough. Maybe they wanted to get the Bengals in prime time before Vontaze Burfict came back from his suspension. The Ravens are fresh off an extra preseason game against the Bills, and I think that hurts them because the Bengals are going to be sharp after their comeback win on the road versus the Colts. And for that, I like the Bengals in this one. Chiefs at Steelers. Guys, the Steelers tied the Browns. Because of that, I didn't get any credit for my upset special pick from week 1, but whatever, I'm over it. This is one of those moments where you have to assess these teams' week 1 performance carefully. Is the Chiefs offense really going to be that explosive all season? Or was it Andy Reid taking advantage of a divisional opponent he's familiar with, who's also missing their best defensive player? And I doubt the Steelers are as bad as you think they are just because they tied the Browns. These 2 teams have a lot of recent playoff history, so I'll lean towards the home team. Steelers win. Texans at Titans. This is a really important game for these AFC South contenders as they're both trying to get an early division win under their belts so they can keep pace with the Jaguars. The Saints last year were one of the few teams in NFL history to start 0-2 and make the playoffs, so the loser of this game will be in a pretty deep hole. The Titans didn't look great against the Dolphins, but that's hardly a good representation with those weather delays and sloppy conditions. Marcus Mariota is dinged up already, and the injury-prone label is creeping up on him. Deshaun Watson also looked rough against the Patriots, like I anticipated that he would, but he still had them in the game late. Bill Belichick might send the game plan to his old buddy Mike Vrabel, but I don't think it's going to matter. Texans win. Colts at Redskins. Andrew Luck's shoulder didn't fall off after his first game back, and now he has to go play in what is possibly the worst field in the NFL. The same field that ruined the career of his draft mate RG3, and this will be after the tail end of a hurricane has come through. The Redskins defense looks good this year, and I think that they shut down the Colts offense in a pretty sloppy game. Redskins win. Dolphins at Jets. The annual race for second place in the AFC East is officially underway. Sam Darnold was impressive during his first ever start, and I expect him to be able to continue to lean on their defense and play smart against his new division rivals. If they want to seriously challenge the Patriots, they need to handle their business this week. Jets win. Eagles at Buccaneers. Nick Foles should be able to get the job done against this Bucs defense, and the Bucs offense will come back down to earth against the Super Bowl defense. Eagles win. Browns at Saints. The adrenaline from week 1 has already run out for the Browns, and now they have to travel to the Metrodome to face Drew Brees and the Saints. The Saints offense is going to be too much for the Browns to stop, and the Saints know they can't start 0-2 again. Saints win. Panthers at Falcons. The Falcons offense was pretty disappointing against the Eagles in the NFL opener, but now they're back home against a division rival. I could be making a 28-3 sides mistake here, but I'm expecting a better game plan from Steve Sarkisian this week. Falcons win. Chargers at Bills. I think that the Chargers are clearly the better team here, but that East Coast road trip is hard for those West Coast teams, especially a 1 p.m. kickoff. You never know if you're going to get a sluggish squad or not, and I think because it's so early in the season, the Chargers should still be fresh, and they avoid the dreaded 0-2 hole. Chargers win. Vikings at Packers. In the first matchup of these NFC North heavyweights, Aaron Rodgers gets a chance at revenge on the team that ended his 2017 season. You guys know I love the Vikings this year, but I think they're still beatable and they stumble early against the Packers. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't play for some reason, I'm going to flip this pick before the game start on Sunday, but I'm putting my faith in the GOAT for now. Packers win. Lions at 49ers. The 49ers are coming off a physical game against the Vikings, and the Lions' soft defense is exactly what they needed to follow up with. 49ers win. Cardinals at Rams. Raise your hand if you're surprised Sam Bradford made it through an NFL game without a serious injury. Now he's got to face Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh. Good luck, Sammy Sleeves. Rams win. Raiders at Broncos. The Raiders looked really good on Monday Night Football for about 3 quarters. The offense had some interesting wrinkles, and it seems like John Gruden was doing his homework during that decade away from coaching. This feels like a risky pick, but I think they rebound and put it all together for 4 quarters this week against Case Keenum. Raiders win. Patriots at Jaguars. Jalen Ramsey said Gronk wasn't that good in the preseason, and now we get to see them on the field at the same time. I hope they get matched up one-on-one a lot because I'm sure Gronk wants to show Ramsey that he's only the greatest physical specimen to ever play the tight end position. The Gronk-Ramsey matchup aside, I think the Jaguars defense makes Tom Brady uncomfortable and gets their revenge for the AFC Championship game where Miles clearly wasn't down. Jaguars win. On Sunday Night Football, we've got Giants at Cowboys. This seems like it's been the Week 1 Sunday Night Football matchup for the past few years, but this year we get hit in Week 2 instead. The loser of this game is 0-2 and probably not making the playoffs. The winner stays alive at 1-1, and I think the Cowboys get back on track offensively this week because they can't be that bad again. Or can they? Cowboys win. Reluctantly. Seahawks at Bears on Monday night. We get 2 NFC teams that are looking to establish some identity in 2018. The Seahawks are looking to establish consistency offensively, while the Bears should be ready to unleash Khalil Mack in all his glory on national TV. Khalil Mack will have a game under his belt, and the butterflies from lining up in a new uniform will be gone. I expect him to take over this game again. For that, I'll give the Bears the win. As always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing. Don't forget to make your picks this week, and I will see you guys in the next video.